Right, let's get started then. So first of all, very good games. Thanks for playing. I really enjoyed casting those. Let's start with the first game. That was pretty neat. That was Dateless Point. Looks like a Widow Mine proxy rush,
Yep.
and very nicely executed, I thought, especially getting that mothership core really early. Could you tell us
Yep.
a little bit about that build?
So that is a build that, or I'm going to do my shout out right now. I'm going to shout out to
Oh
Fade
yeah, of
from my
course.
clan.
Sorry.
He ran a whole bunch of games with me, and this is one that I had before today, but I kind of put on the back burner, and then I freshed it up today. It used to be I used to keep my second racks and my base, but it was just so much stronger if I just went ahead and proxied that too, since I'm all in anyway. And pretty much the way it works is I try to line up the push with the first Widowmine coming out of the proxy factory. Dude, Shadver, like
Yo.
I just want you to know that my proxy racks and factory were in your natural
Yeah.
both games.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yep.
It's that
You had me scratching my head. I'm like, too bad he doesn't look slightly to the left. Oh well.
believe me, I had to play a good few games on unranked to get those positions out right, but it can definitely be stopped a little bit of scouting, but if I can get the first Widowmine hit to land on a Mothership Core or a Stalker, then I can usually do some pretty good damage. If it hits a Probe or a Zealot, I'm pretty boned.
Oh, there you go. Just
Yeah.
laid that out. Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, I have a confession to make about the first game. I totally picked Dateless Point thinking I was picking Habitation Station.
Oh no. I
It
was a little
pretty bad.
I was a little confused when you said that. I'm like, Dateless Point, huh? Protoss players
I
picking Dateless
totally
Point.
went in thinking that we were gonna have gold bases. And then, like, the map pops up, and I was like, "Oh wait."
I was gonna ask about that. I thought you were confused about something because I noticed we had like two guys in one gas geyser and three in the other, and I'm like, oh, that can't be normal.
Oh yeah. Also, I
Which
screwed
never
up. That was the game. No. The game on Habitation was the one where I had screwed up and trapped my probe after I dropped my 11 gate, so I had to cancel it. That was so bad.
Dude, no, it's okay. It took me like 5 times to get my fucking SCVs out of my CC because I never lift my CC. So I'm just like, wait, what the hell's the button to get my SCVs out? Shit.
Yeah, that was amusing as well. We did see that. I didn't really draw attention to it though. I was just like, whatever. But the thing is, that build on that map has never worked on a show match yet. It has occurred about 7 times, I think. Roughly.
I've never done it before. I just Fade was messaging me. He's like, it's Habitation. You have to lift to the goal and do it. I was like, all right, sure. Whatever you say.
It's fine. One day we'll have the game where it works, and then the next planetary fortress, not planetary fortress, planetary liftoff. I'm using the wrong words. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do.
Liftoff Monday, send it in. That's the only reason why I'm like okay with it. I'm like, cool. One day we'll get a show match game on a fun day one of these days. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that was a neat build, and it was a good game. And we have the second game, of course, where we have the push with that. I like the throwing into the Widow Mine. Every single person who has done that so far, just Marines, doesn't work so good.
Nope.
But the Widow Mine does add a nice edge to it, I gotta say. Nice hold, though, from Shadver.
Yeah.
Good
Dude, the
scouting.
Widowmine makes that scary.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you have a robo yet. And then, like, unless you go forwards and just throw a cannon at your ramp, you don't have any detection. So you're like, well, I mean, I can't die to the Marines, but I can't let the Widowmine get burrowed.
Right. And by the way, this is actually referencing back to a discussion that we had earlier, and I wasn't really thinking about this Widowmine discussion, sorry, between myself and the chat in between games. We were trying to talk about whether a 4-gate would survive that, and what I would say is, if it doesn't have the Widowmine, it might. If it does have the Widowmine, no. It'll probably die unless there's a big micro error.
Yep. I don't know, I just think proxy Widowmine's really strong and it's a lot of fun.
Man. Yeah, after watching that, I agree. That was good. Anyway, and yeah, anything you guys want to say about that game?
That was the Habitation Station one.
Yeah.
I think I probably could have done a lot better if I didn't get supply blocked. Because I'd never done that before, and I wasn't used to the weird way that minerals come in then, so then I just ran headlong into a supply block at 16
Ouch.
or 17.
I imagine it is something
And then
you probably would want to practice because the build would be weird.
since you're skipping the orbital command to get the Rexes down as fast as possible, it's not like you can just drop a supply.
True, true. All right. Someone's going to refine that build to the point where they know everything about it, and it's going to be completely unique because of how the minerals work. I cannot wait to see that. Anyway, until then, the next game that we have to talk about is Heavy Rain. That was the one where we had a little misclick.
Yep, the miss. All
You
right,
talked
so
about that in the party chat, but go ahead and talk about that so the viewers can get kind of an idea. What
all
happened.
right, so I'm gonna reference the fourth game. The fourth and third game, I was actually doing the exact same build, and I honestly believe had I not misclicked, there's a very good chance I could have won that game, especially with how late Shadver scouted. Basically, what happened is that I messed up with a shift click somewhere. So when I pulled my SCV back to make the racks, and then I put guys into gas, I sent the SCV to make the racks to make the gas. And then when I went to fix it, I used an SCV from the gas to make the racks. And then I noticed it, and I was like, shit, I need that gas. So I sent an SCV up and clicked it, and then I sent the guy in gas hat down. But the SCV I sent there actually reached the racks before the guy on gas came out, so he never entered the racks.
Oh. Well,
Yep.
it happens. To be honest, we had this moment where I was talking about like, oh, he's getting buried, blah 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 blah, and then I noticed like I'm staring at the barracks and the bars are going up, and I'm like, that SCV is not working, is it? Oh no, no! It's like it's the worst thing. It's like when you see a probe walk forward like it's going to put down a gateway, but then for whatever reason it happened to be in like the same hotkey as the scout probe. So it like sends it to scout and doesn't put the gateway down, and you're like, no.
No, or it's whenever you realize that your SimCity is wrong as Protoss and your units coming out the gateway are trapped and behind your Nexus.
Oh yeah, or like you leave.
Normally, it's not my units coming out of my gateway. It's my probes coming out of my Nexus, rallied to my natural, and all of a sudden I realize I have like 3 or 4 probes, and I'm like, I guess I just kill them. I mean,
pretty much.
Sorry, guys.
It's like,
you're dead.
Not worth a war prism, I'm afraid. Goodbye. But anyway, that was unfortunate, but we got to see what actually was planned in Polar Knights. Let's move on to that one because 3 was just like it happens. What can you say?
Yep.
One thing I will ask, I guess Shadver can comment on this. One thing I've been curious about because I see you use that 3-stalker push a lot.
Yeah.
How does the gas timing work for that?
You're supposed to go gas on 13 and then put in 3 gas. And then as soon as your Cybercore finishes, you should have 100 so you can start warp gate in your stalker.
Okay. But it looked like you were grabbing one around 15 and then usually another and then putting 2 in each.
Yeah, that one, that game I was planning on going blink. Oh my god. Because like I didn't do the 3-stalker rush on every map this time, like I did in the last couple ones.
Sure.
It was the first one I was going for DT drops, and then I died. That was not fun. And then I think that one.
Hello.
I mean, whenever I
But to be honest, that game was probably more economic stuff. Hey, Zero, welcome back.
All right.
sweet.
I don't know what just happened, but we're back. So yeah, continue on.
Skype is Skype. Let's
Skype is
continue.
Skype. Yes.
What were we talking about, Shadver?
Like a lot of stutter.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm
A little
getting
bit
a
of
bit of
stutter
stutter.
since we remade the call.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a little bit of a dubstep song.
I think it's my end that's freaking out. Properly. Hello.
Oh my god. Skype, what are you doing?
Stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this version of Skype has a memory leak,
Yeah.
and it's getting really irritating. Okay, well that should fix it for at least another half an hour. So let's keep going.
Just long enough.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just continue from where we were. Gas stuff with the build you were talking about.
Yeah. So I wasn't going for straight up 3-stalker rush. I was going to add on some different tech than just a robo and a forge after. So that's why my guess timings were different.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Now we can move on. That basically turned into a big macro game. I mean, you got the solid advantage early on with the Marauder push, canceled the Nexus.
Oh man, that was
That was
delicious. Oh
That
my
was
god.
very solid. And then the Widowmine drop later, like, even though it wasn't technically an efficient trade because of kind of everything died, I mean, you still got 9 more probes, and you got the important advantage farther ahead, which was workers. So,
Well,
I don't know what to say.
What I saw was, alright, so that build actually, it's on Team Liquid, and it's very easily set up. If you go look at Shadver, you'll see how to hold it, because it's in the discussion too, but basically what it is the first thing is to either damage the Nexus, or if they've been really, really greedy, just fucking kill them. And then the drop, just you drop them, you don't care. These are 4 Widow Mines you're never going to make again anyway. What you're looking for is what tech they're going to make. If they're making Colossus or something like that. And I saw the Colossus laser beam, and I was like, oh, sweet. So I just kept making Vikings.
That had occurred to me as well. As I was thinking, the Protoss is only on 2 bases. He can't go double tech. So pretty much, basically, I'm like, well, if he scouts the Colossus, it's gonna get countered with Vikings, and then the Widow Mines show up, and I'm like, well, they scouted it. There you go. So,
and the thing is, it's a 2-base all-in anyway. I'm not worried about taking a 3rd base. I'm just worried about maxing as hard as I can.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you're going to see a significant supply difference whenever I actually hit his 3rd base.
You did. It was like 30, 40.
Yeah.
Higher. And anyway, yeah, Shadver, what'd you think of that game?
Yeah, that game was really bad. I just didn't play very well, and that build was really strong.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, yeah, so like you scouted my Colossus, and then I pushed, and I saw the Vikings. I was just gonna try to like sweep the bunkers with the Colossus and try to pick any Vikings that came out, but then you had that tank,
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't do that. So I just went back, and I was like, well, I'll just get Storm, try to catch him in a transition, and then I floated
Transition.
2,000 men rolls and died.
Yep.
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 So, because I only had 5 gates, and I needed more like 8 or 9.
Yeah. I mean, I'm producing everything out of 1 racks, 3 factories, and 1 starport. And yeah.
So
Storm is pretty much the most useless upgrade you could have gotten, but you had no way to know that.
yeah. But even so, let's talk about that last game. This is on Yonsu. Kind of a parallel of the first game, except obviously it's held
Yeah.
instead. So, Shadver, why don't you walk through your thought process for this final game, since that was kind of the different thing that happened.
I mean, so like, I was just like going along, and I was like, well, I'll just blink all in, because I mean that's always fun to play, even if I lose. And so like I throw down that Twilight, and like the SCV is trying to scout, and I'm like keeping him back with the Stalker, and then he runs down to my natural and drops a bunker, and I was like, wait, what is going on? So I was trying to keep the bunker from going up, and then I threw down 1 gate when I should have thrown down 2. So I was struggling to get enough stalkers out, and then like once I saw I was floating money, I was like, well, I'll just start blink, because I like the money is not being used anyways, and then when it finishes, if I can hold long enough, I'll be in a good spot.
Yep.
So
I actually don't remember that game all that well.
Huh.
It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So much happens that I can't actually look back and think as any one decision to, oh, now I'm boned. I think the one thing that I should not have done is put down the bunker.
That did give it away.
Yeah, but I
guess.
had looked at the minimap, and I saw that I thought I was closer than I actually was. But it is what it is.
Or maybe the bunker, maybe just slightly farther back, so it's at least in the darkness, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I've never seen that build used this much, so it was refreshing.
It's fun as hell on ladder, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I
rage.
Bet. Put together like a replay pack of that, since I'd love to see it.
Oh God, I don't know. There'd be a lot of BM.
Well, that's
Yeah.
normal.
I
I downloaded a Cannon Rush pack from Galoozy the other day because I actually wanted to see how people do that, and that was a riot.
Dude, I actually just, I thought I thought I had like kind of graduated from the Cannon Rush phase, and then Fade just fucking killed me with the Cannon Rush. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, this is hard to hold again.
Cannons can kill anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Dude, I swear I hate it. Whenever I go to play like,
dangerous.
unranked, I get these Protoss, and it's like, oh good, I can practice my macro against Protoss, because I normally like all in ranked, and I want to start learning how to play macro in PvP. And I just get cannon rushed every time. And it's like, guys, I'm not in silver. I can hold a cannon rush.
You gotta get a good Protoss buddy and just practice that. Like,
you
ladder is never gonna cooperate with you.
Don't you hold that with a counter cannon? Pretty much.
You can.
There's lots of ways to hold it. Normally, I just chrono my first stalker and use that to delay cannons until I can build up enough stalkers to push it out.
Once you get up to 3 stalkers, I think is the magic number, you can actually micro them against the cannon without losing anything except shields.
And 1 stalker's enough to keep a cannon from building.
True.
Holy shit.
Is helpful.
Stalkers are broken as fuck. Need nerf.
If they were any weaker, that build would be like almost impossible to stop. It's tough. Other than that, I mean, I've seen ridiculous things. Well, it's not even important. Forget it. We have walking.